When something is important enough, you do it regardless of the consequences or the possibility of failure. And this is something that you have to make sure you remind yourself after a relapse. Why did you even choose sperm retention to be a way of life for you? Why did you make this commitment? This will dispel a lot of the negative thoughts that pile up after the despair of relapsing. Your why will keep you going when the post-nut shame overwhelms you. You decided to keep your sperm because you wanted something to change, to discover your true self, to awaken the beast dormant within you, or to realize a great dream. Failing once is insignificant. We are not looking for perfection here. If you expect perfection from yourself, you will live a life of disappointment. Humans are the personification of imperfections and flaws. This is exactly what makes us beautiful. Realizing this will help ease you of some of your burden, as you will be free of perfectionism, because that's who we are. The mark of a great man, however, is not that he never fails. He fails, but gets back up again and again until he is buried beneath the ground or he defeats another demon. This is very subtle, but it contains the most horrific innuendo as the nihilism that you feel almost immediately after relapsing, which is the feeling that nothing in the world makes sense. I'm insufficient. I can't improve no matter how hard I try, and the list goes on. Nihilistic thoughts seep into our minds, and we gradually succumb to despair, causing us to jerk off even more. When addicts relapse and lack the ability to fight nihilism, they overdose, just like with any other addiction. They go to extremes to escape the onslaught of nihilistic thoughts because they are unable to cope with reality. So the first step is to recognize the nihilistic parasite within us, after which we can quash it and regain our mental fortitude. Once we've conquered the demon of nihilism, the next step is to figure out what caused that relapse. HALT is a well-known concept in the treatment of substance addiction. HALT is an acronym that stands for hungry, angry, lonely, and tired. When we are in any of these states, we are highly vulnerable to relapse because all these states clearly demonstrate a weakness in our defense. In these states, we basically let our guard down. So consider your relapse moment. What was the dominant emotion that caused it? HALT also indicates that we are either overwhelmed or have an excessive amount of free or unproductive time on our hands. Being overworked may cause us to become impatient, resulting in some rash decisions to engage in gratifying activities that are easily accessible. And loneliness causes us to become cynical and depressed, and we seek an easy way out in the form of porn, video games, fast food, or anything else. Recognizing the patterns that resulted in your relapse is necessary because it will make it easier to plan a counter strategy in the future. We frequently blame a specific trigger, such as viewing highly sexualized advertisements or social media posts. However, in most cases, we are mentally weakened when the trigger is enough to tip us over to the dark side. Once you've identified the nihilism post, not depression and the pattern that caused it, the next step is to immediately replace these negative emotions with something positive, as simply being aware is insufficient. Do something constructive to avoid being weighed down by negativity. For example, go for a run or go to the gym and give it your all. This will help you release all your frustration and anger. It immediately clears the fog and makes us feel better about ourselves. Not to mention that exercise has been shown to improve mental health and cause the release of dopamine. It is one of the healthiest methods of producing dopamine. Because you have done hard work that is beneficial to your mental and physical health, this is a well-deserved reward that is deeply satisfying. Working out increases testosterone, which is then responsible for the formation of sperm. As a result, it will partially compensate for the loss of sperm due to relapse. The final and most important step is mental conditioning. Seeking content that will strengthen your faith in NoFap and the power of sperm retention. Look for videos that show you precisely what is happening and how to deal with it. You may find solace in knowing that this has happened to the vast majority of men who have embarked on this journey, so you are not alone. And it is a necessary part of the journey. We rise and fall, but we never stop fighting, as the true tragedy occurs only when you give up completely. Recognize that it will not be a straight vertical line and that there will be highs and lows, but remember that you are attempting something extremely difficult to pull off in this hypersexualized modern world. So it's okay to stray from the path every now and then, but recognize the pattern and actively work to break it the next time. Knowing you are in the minority, the exception to the rule will bring you great comfort and pride. Do not disregard your greatness due to a single blunder. Your greatness will gradually become apparent to you. It may take time, but as long as you stay firm, it will come. Thanks for watching. If you like our stuff, subscribe for more motivational content. See you in the next video.